Queer Studies and Women of Color is a class that focuses on the impacts of having multiple target identities. So, for example, with having one target identity, let's say a person is African American. So they experience racism because there is a system that is set in place to bring people of color down. This same system that is trying to bring people of color down is also trying to bring down women, disabled folks, queer folks, older adults, children, poor people, uneducated people, etc. So when a person has many of these target identities, let's say being a woman, queer, and Latina for the sake of this class, they will experience oppression in multiple forms, like through sexism and racism at the same time. So experiencing oppression in multiple ways can be extremely challenging because there is less representation in politics in general, as well as political activism, television, and art, and many other medias and forms. So when a person doesn't have a public figure or an organization that they feel represented, they can feel ostracized and not normal. And so in this class shows us that there are queer women of color who are creating, who are living their lives authentically, and are working to fight these systems of oppression that are trying to bring them down. When these queer women of color are living their lives authentically and challenging the norms, they can encourage other women of color, queer women of color, to embrace their identities and work to change gender norms and sex norms. So overall, this class focuses on queer women of color because they experience multiple forms of oppression, and they can teach us a lot about society and the complexities of identities and experiences based off having complex identities.